Welcome back to the Jermaine Brown Sports Talk Show. Today is Friday, February the 28th, 2014. Now, I left the last segment talking about why I think the pros, and particularly basketball and hockey, should stay out of the Olympics. And to me, this is a cautionary tale. John Tavares, a very important player for the New York Islanders, actually the Islanders' best player, was lost for the season when he was playing in the Olympics with the Canadian team, and he happened to tear his knee, his ACL and his MCL. Now, some people will say that's a freak injury, a freak accident, whatever you want to call it, but I say it's too big of a risk. First of all, pros don't play. Pros are not judged by Olympic gold medals. They're judged by championship. You want to know the difference between, say, Patrick Ewing and Akeem Olajuwon and David Robinson? Championships. Does it mean that Patrick Ewing was not a Hall of Famer? He's every bit a Hall of Famer as those other guys. But the difference is championships, folks. You are judged by championships, fair or not. That is how you're judged as an athlete. But he's got gold medals. Who cares? Carmelo Anthony got gold medals. Okay, John Stockton, Carmelo. Okay, Charles Barkley, they got gold medals. But what do none of those guys have? Rings. And when we look back at their career, we don't care about gold medals. We care about rings. So the risk is not worth the reward. Just say you got a gold medal. A gold medal means nothing. I don't care about gold medals. If I was an owner, I would set it up in players' contracts where if you got hurt playing in the Olympics, I'm not paying you. If I can do it within the CBA agreement. It's obviously got to be done within the CBA agreement. Because you can't have no CBA rule violations. But I would really discourage my athletes from playing in the Olympics. And if they do, I don't want to pay you if you get injured. Because here's why. I'm not paying you to play for your country. I'm paying you to play for my team. And now that you're lost for the season, you don't help the team. Not only that, playing in the Olympics takes some more years off your career. Folks, just like anything else, your body needs rest. It's a long season. Football, basketball, hockey, baseball, long season. And when you're playing in the winter ball, which is baseball, you're playing winter ball, or you're playing in the Olympics, and when is your body resting? Because as soon as the season's over, you take off maybe a couple of weeks and you're back at it again. You're not giving yourself a chance to rest. And so, to me, I'm not in favor of the Olympics. Pros playing in the Olympics. I don't care about gold medals. That means nothing. Ooh, but Canada won the gold medal. Let's say he played for the USA. Ooh, the USA won the gold medal. Whoop-de-damn-do, as a former NBA player once said. Okay? Come on. Who cares? Now, recently, I'm going to talk about the knucklehead of the week. I'm calling this a special segment, the knucklehead of the week. That award, that distinguished award, goes out to none other than Raymond Felton. Raymond, in the midst of a divorce, decides he's going to wave a gun. Whether he pointed it, waved it, doesn't really matter, though from a legal standpoint it does. But nonetheless, here in New York, it really doesn't matter. It's an illegal gun. And because it's not registered. And in New York, your gun has to be registered. So that's what makes it illegal. He's in some trouble. Because, see, here they're not very tolerant towards that issue. Especially the other day when a rookie cop got shot. You know, I never like to mix sports with regular news, but unfortunately, there's a connection to this. Now, though this does not, see, somebody going to say, well, why would you draw the connection? It's real simple. You have a pissed off mayor, you have a pissed off city that a cop just got shot by some knucklehead who was trying to beat a fare, because he couldn't afford or went and paid the $2.50 or $2.25, because it's actually $2.25, to board a bus. $2.50 actually, I'm sorry, it's $2.50, to board a bus. And so he decided he's going to pull out his gun because there was a warrant on him from Pennsylvania, and he's going to shoot the police officer. Now the mayor is pissed off. And guess who's going to bear the brunt of this? Raymond Felton. Raymond Felton is going to pay, unfortunately, for that guy's sins. Because here's why. The mayor cannot be seen allowing Raymond Felton off on this issue. Forget about the whole, he called up the police precinct or a police station to have the pass the release. Forget that. That's minor compared to this. People is very upset in this country. In this city. People is very upset that that guy shot that police officer. And they're going to look to see how this mayor handles Raymond Felton. Do you let this man off with a slap on the wrist, a fine, or something like that? You cannot do that. Unfortunately, Raymond, because of that knucklehead, you're actually going to serve some time on this. I fear you're going to have to serve some time on this. Now, maybe we can work something out. What I was going to suggest was you do some sort of community service about guns. Hell, boy. Oof. Yeah, this doesn't look good for you. First of all, how did your wife even get hold of the gun? How did you allow that to happen? Why would you even wave a gun? I'm certain that there was some argument that ensued, but dude, you got to know where you work at. You got to know where city you're in. And unfortunately, you're in the wrong city to pull that maneuver. You could have did that in North Carolina where you're from. Okay. You could have gotten away with it there. You're not going to get away with that here. It is strange because the city is very liberal, except when it comes to that issue. Go figure. They're very liberal, except when it comes to that issue. But that being said, here's wishing you well because you're going to need it. Your days as a Knick is actually numbered, whether you realize it or not. You was probably going to be gone regardless of this incident, but this incident is going to help expedite your way out of New York. And speaking of New York and the Knicks, my next subject is going to be Carmelo Anthony. I've been giving this some thought. Carmelo, you might be better off elsewhere. Now, I know I said on a previous rant, on a previous segment, that Carmelo would be a fool to leave. Finish what you started, this, that, and the other. But the Knicks is so much of a mess, I don't even know where to start. The management looks like they have not a clue how to put this team together. The first mistake they made was bringing in Andre Bargnani. Not that he's the problem, he's not the problem. But he doesn't fit. The chemistry is just all messed up on this team. You don't have a point guard, a starting point guard. You got a backup point guard as your starter, which is really one of your biggest problems. You got an albatross of a contract of Stoudemire on your books. And even though he's healthy this season and he's playing, he's not putting up the numbers worthy of the kind of money he's being paid. And yet he still have another year on his deal. So if you're Carmelo, you're really wasting away in a very toxic and bad situation. Now, who's going to be the GM next year? Will it still be Steve Mills? Or will it be Allen Houston? Who? You better make certain that this team, if you're going to stay here, this team has a credible plan to put a team around you. That people actually know what the hell they're doing. Because apparently, from what I'm seeing, it's like they don't really know what they're doing. Okay, let's try this guy and see if this works. No. No. Okay? I really, really don't know much to say about the Knicks. I'm flabbergasted. The jersey should be taken off each and every one of these guys because they don't represent New York. I'm sorry, they're an embarrassment to the city. It's like this team have gone backwards. Not forward, backwards. And I mean, they taken some major step backwards. Last year, they was competing with the likes of Indiana and Miami, talking about, going up against Miami and beating them. This year, they can't even beat the Toronto Raptors and the Milwaukee Bucks. They can't even beat the Cleveland. I mean, they're losing. Oh, wow. I really don't know where to go with this team. This team needs a major overhaul. And short of that, you might be better off taking your act elsewhere. Well, I want to thank you all for watching another segment of the Jermaine Brown Sports Talk Show. Speak to you later.